Is it okay to hate a child? I hate lots of children. Yeah, there's a limit to tolerance, validation of terrible behavior. Don't let it blind you to the fact that they are a child. But you can hate them. Some kids are destined to spend their lives in jail. This is that kid. Normal kids. Even abused ones. Don't throw rocks at old people for funsies. This kid is broken in a way that's unlikely to be ever fixed. Let's be honest, you don't hate that kid. You hate his atrocious behavior. You hate that his parents have failed him. You know as well as I do that you don't hate a child. You hate the god-awful behaviors that he is allowed to get away with. As you should be. It's appalling. He's getting to a dangerous age, and he's getting into a place where he's going to be too big to be controlled by the adults around him by the usual means. Unfortunately, this will resolve itself one way or another. He'll hurt someone enough to be sent away, or someone will hurt him enough. You don't hate him. You hate what the people who were supposed to love him did to him. Mostly I'd be directing my anger toward the parents. Kids learn from behavior around them. Little assholes grow into big assholes. Just because they are miniature doesn't mean they are cute little snuggle buttons. Assholes come in all ages and sizes. My son informed me that he hates all kids and he won't be making any for me to spoil. I'm a teacher, and I definitely hope so. It's okay. Some of them are pretty awful. I think it's perfectly justified to hate the child's behavior. However, if I saw a child that young behaving like that, I wouldn't hate the child. I would feel bad that they are clearly missing the guidance, parenting they need, and are on the road to being an adult that behaves like that. I think it's important to bear in mind that children are still developing things like empathy, and many behaviors may be misguided acts seeking attention, or they may have just never been taught better, or influenced by poor role models, etc. If a child is behaving like this, I personally don't see it as entirely their fault. Rather that they have been let down by their parents, guardians, role models in raising them. As such, I would struggle to find reason to hate a child. There comes a time when they get old enough that they should really know better regardless. But I would say 11 is not there yet. Yes, I find it healthy to hate at least 2 children a day. Yes, some adults are innately assholes, and so are kids. No, it's not okay. You must love every crotch goblin on the planet. If your neighbor's demon spawn is throwing rocks at an elderly woman and bullying other kids, that's your cue to invite him over for milk and cookies. And tell his evil witch of a mother that she's raised him well. Of course it's okay. You're not obligated to feel a certain way about someone simply because they're a certain age. Depends on the kid. I think hate is a bad thing to have in your mind just in general. It's an extra layer of toxicity on the situation that doesn't help anything. From a practical standpoint though, if the mass email came from the landlord, that means that you've got some powers that be wanting to correct things. If he continues to be a problem, you could privately report his behavior and make sure that he specifically is addressed. Of course, given his track record, he's probably already on their radar. Even if he has a bad home life, upbringing doesn't excuse behavior if there's no remorse following it. I think you can hate a kid but still recognize he is the product of his circumstances. I hate my ex-husband but recognize he is a product of his upbringing. I figure if he realized there were much better ways to do things, he wouldn't be such an asshole, but he doesn't, and the way he was raised also makes it really hard for him to self-reflect. In spite of all that, I also recognize that the things he did to me were unforgivable and it's okay for me to hate him and never want to be around him again. I usually blame the parents, but I deeply dislike some kids. So much hatred you have to learn to use the force you must, but be careful of the dark side you should be.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.